A new women's champion, new tag titles, looking mighty fine. And we should recognize that the WWE is about to run on TIFFY time.
And here we go.
Is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Glad you stopped by. And if you're brand new, welcome. Grab a seat and stay a while. But do me a couple favors first. Go down and hit that subscribe button. Go next door, ring that bell. Make sure it says all so you know when the next video pops up. Hit that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment. And if you're one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment, because YouTube does love the comments. And of course, share the video out on all social media. Excuse me. So talent has been released. Number one contenders have been named. New championships revealed. And a new women's world champion is crowned. All of this before going into a roster shifting inter-brand draft right before a premium live event. If this sounds confusing, don't worry. We're going to go take a quick look at the previous SmackDown and Raw before we talk about a future star, right now a rising star, who might see her star rise even faster.
Here we go.
So we're going to start off with SmackDown that was filmed last Friday. This was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now, before the show aired, the WWE, through their social media, announced that the rosters were being thinned out a little bit, just kind of trim the fat here. Notable talent who was being released was Jinder Mahal, Xia Li, Veer Mahan, Cameron Grimes, and Zion Quinn.
I'm sorry, who are you again?
Yeah, I don't know who that is either. So we get to the show, and now the show started with a rematch of WrestleMania 40, this time for the number one contendership for Cody Rhodes' WWE Men's Championship. This was between AJ Styles and LA Knight, and as I predicted last week, AJ Styles went over, and he will face Cody Rhodes at Backlash for the WWE Championship. We also heard an announcement that the WWE, this past Monday on Raw, will crown a new Women's World Champion via an over-the-top battle royal. Now, let's be honest, of the current roster of women's talent on Raw, there are only 3 who have a legitimate shot at this: Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, and Nia Jax. Then Paul Levesque and Nick Aldis came out to the ring and called out A-Town Down Under, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, to reveal these brand new WWE Tag Team titles. I love those. Those look gorgeous, look like a throwback to the late 80s or early 90s belts. Beautiful. Within this led into a number one contenders match for those brand new titles, which will be at the premium live event as well. This came out, the participants were the Authors of Pain, the Street Profits, the New Cats Republic, and Legado del Fantasma. Without going into a whole lot of details, the Street Profits came out on top and will be facing A-Town Down Under for the new WWE Tag Team Championships. We got some more Bloodline news as Solo when he arrived at the arena, asked Paul Heyman where Kevin Owens was. Paul Heyman said he couldn't find him. Well, someone found him. That would be Tama Tonga, because during one segment you saw Kevin Owens' rental car completely T-boned by another rental car. This one happened to belong to Tama Tonga. Then in an in-ring segment, Tama dragged a bloody Kevin Owens out to the ring. It appears that Solo Sikoa has a hit list out. But again, is he acting alone? Because this is definitely not coming from Roman Reigns. And then we had the main event. This was Bayley versus Naomi for the WWE Women's Championship. This was pretty much a back and forth match. Bayley, the match went outside the ring, and Bayley did a belly to Bayley onto the announce table, and then out of nowhere, both women are attacked by Tiffany Stratton. She drags them both into the ring, hits the prettiest moonsault ever on both of them, and the show ends with this image of Tiffany Stratton standing victorious with the championship in the foreground.
It's so badass.
And now that brings us to Columbus, Ohio for Monday Night Raw. A show that, had it not have the Battle Royal for the Women's World Championship, this show, in my opinion, would have been very forgettable. And if I'm being completely honest, the Women's Championship Battle Royal was pretty forgettable itself. But we did get a couple things. The show started off with Jey Uso coming out to the ring to cut a promo. His entrance is over with the crowd. He is definitely a top-level babyface now. And he was joined in the ring by Damian Priest, the current WWE Men's World Heavyweight Champion. And Priest would, instead of being a antagonizing heel, came out to be very respectful, almost again teasing this babyface turn. They talked about their match at the coming Premium Live event. J.D. McDonough snuck into the ring, tried to blindside Jay. Jay avoided it, went for a super kick. J.D. McDonough got out of the way, and Damian Priest got blasted right in the face. This has led to future backstage tensions, friction, and again, teasing the possible breakup of the Judgment Day. We had the Awesome Truth, Miz and R-Truth versus DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, for the new WWE World Tag Team Championships. And it seems that ever since their call-up to the main roster, DIY still cannot win the big match, as Awesome Truth went over for the victory. They are still the tag team champions. At the end of the match, everyone's hugging, showing respect, except Tommaso Ciampa, who turned his back and just walked out of the ring, even turning his back on his own partner. Is this teasing another team splitting up? Gunther then came to the ring with the boys from Imperium, Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci, and Gunther did not want to talk about WrestleMania. He is declaring himself for the King of the Ring tournament.
Now we're talking.
Oh dear God, that is going to be awesome. He was then interrupted by the New Day, where Xavier Woods was talking about he wants to be a back-to-back King of the Ring. To be quite honest, I forgot he was King of the Ring last year. Now this led to an impromptu tag team match between Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci of the New Day, and the New Day won. And while consoling Giovanni, Ludwig Kaiser then blasted him and beat the ever-living snot out of him. Ran into the back, where Gunther had a very proud Papa smile. Is this another tag team split up? Now, for a show which has a small amount of tag teams to start with, teasing 3 teams splitting up?
That makes no sense.
And then, before the main event, there was an awkward backstage moment between Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan, where they locked eyes and kind of stared longingly at each other. This harkens back to right before WrestleMania in a match between Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan, where after the match, Rhea Ripley walks out to the ring and Liv Morgan says, "Everything you love will become mine." Apparently, this includes Dominic Mysterio as well. And then we come to the Women's Battle Royal. And this is just everything that I have said that is wrong about the women's division on Raw. It's sloppy. The talent in the ring is just not that good. And the last three in the match were Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, and Becky Lynch.
Really? Well, that's a surprise.
And in the end, boring Becky Lynch is the new WWE Women's World Champion. I have to remind myself that there is a draft coming up. Paul Levesque is in charge.
This is all part of the plan.
So, yeah. Hopefully the draft can boost the Raw women's division, as it seems that all the talent and all the star power is on SmackDown and even NXT. And hopefully Paul Levesque has a plan. Now, one person they definitely have a plan for is who we're going to be talking about right now, and that is Tiffany Stratton. Now, besides her already impressive athleticism, which you can understand being that she was a former member of Team USA Gymnastics, what is most impressive about the Buff Barbie is that she is only 24 years old, and her journey from recruit to main roster superstar is quick. We're going to give you some little rundown here. August 30th of 2021, she was part of the new recruit class, the only female, by the way, to join the Performance Center to train to become an NXT superstar. And 4 months later, December 28th, 2021, she had her first televised match, which was a win over Fallon Henley. In May of 2023, she won the NXT Women's Championship, held the belt for about 4 months in a loss to Becky Lynch. 4 months after that, that will be in January of 2024, she made her first WWE main roster premium live event appearance. That would be in the Royal Rumble, where she came in at number 29. She eliminated fellow NXT member Roxanne Perez before being eliminated by the eventual winner Bayley. 1 month after that, made another big splash in the Elimination Chamber match, where she was clearly the fan favorite. She eliminated WWE veteran Naomi before being eliminated by runner-up Liv Morgan. Now clearly she is on the rise, and they have strapped a rocket on her back to shoot her to superstardom. Personally, I'd like for them to wait just a little bit, because where I think she's going to really shine, and you should just pencil her in now as the Money in the Bank winner. And also, much like what Damian Priest did with his Money in the Bank briefcase, and I got to thank my boy Jacob Ironside for coming up with this. Can you imagine what a Tiffany Stratton Money in the Bank briefcase would look like? I mean, that is the perfect accessory for her. Now, Money in the Bank puts you immediately in the championship talk. But I think this past Friday on SmackDown, she has put herself into this conversation. Because after last Friday's SmackDown went off the air, she took to her social media with the image that I showed earlier, but posted it with these words: "It's not a prediction, it's a spoiler alert." That perked my ears up real quick because there is only one other person who uses those words within the WWE. This person has an eye not just for talent, but for megastar talent. This is someone who has been at the helm of some very long championship reigns, 3 in particular. At the time, a 25-year-old beast incarnate named Brock Lesnar with a 504-day title reign. To the modern era, and at the time the longest reign in the modern era, the Second City Saint CM Punk with 434 days. And most recently, the historic reign of the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, 1,316 days. Now, of course, I am referring to Paul Heyman. And the 3 champions that I listed above have all been referred to as Paul Heyman guys. With that post and her quick rise, could this possibly be planting the seed for what we may be seeing for the first time in the modern era? A Paul Heyman gal? But these are just my thoughts. I'm going to turn it back over to you. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Check me out tonight. Yes, Wednesday night is overbooked. Myself, Ryan Legion, Left Eye Eagle, possibly Brad Duke Devil 95. And then check me out Thursday over with Roman of the Empire, talking about favorite metal bands from the year 2000 to the present. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, folks. Again, quick reminder before you head out the door, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, hey, thanks for sticking around this long. I appreciate that. I will see you guys all very soon. Hope you're having a great week. Have a great rest of the week ahead of you. And always have fun. Hashtag keep talking. And always keep that smile on your face. Toodles.